Hi, it's Ms. Lehman again, Becky Lehman again. And this movie is designed to share with you something that we worked on, which is choosing a service learning project that the students feel would be valuable to work with. It might actually be community service because we don't have the focus, the need for the research. The kids did that at the beginning when they presented their project. The one sort of downside is that it seems that each student who researched a topic got really passionate about the organization that he or she researched and feels pretty strongly that we should support the particular a cause. And so I was sort of hoping we'd come to look at one particular cause, and it seems that we actually have, I would say, three that seem pretty interesting to the students. One of them is working with cancer fundraising for research and for awareness about people struggling with cancer. One is also related, but it's more working with kids who are dealing with cancer and trying to provide toys, but also potentially visits. We're not sure if that would actually work. And then the last thing has to do with hunger and homelessness in Hancock County and doing some kind of support for the Emmaus Center or the food banks. And so these three topics really are the ones that the kids wrote about and reflected on and seemed to throw their weight behind. As far as the fundraising goes, I wanted to throw out the question to the families of my students whether there would be the potential for coming up with a material for a raffle that we could either have a bunch of different prizes and people could, be entitled to one of them if they bought a ticket, or we might have one particular prize that was valuable. I don't know who out there is a quilter and might be able to make a quilt, especially if the class was able to help you on on our day of the week, getting some of the work done with that. Whether any of you are lobstermen and would be able to donate lobster towards a raffle. Whether we have other things or other skills out there that might lead to materials that the kids could use to fundraise. We also, I think we're going to try to do two projects, one of which would be a real project that the kids could do. There's a possibility that we would, you can see the trees behind me. That's the courtyard, and there's a possibility that we might do the pink tulips project to plant pink tulips in recognition of people who have struggled, women who have struggled with cancer or who lost their battle with cancer. And of course, those would come up. We plant them in the fall, but they'd come up in the spring. But there's also the sense that the kids would really like to be able to possibly adopt some families at Christmas to do Christmas shopping or do Thanksgiving food baskets for them through the Emmaus Center. So I don't obviously really have an answer here, and we haven't discussed it as a class as a whole yet, but I did just want to ask you if you could be thinking and maybe bringing up with your student or students or the family, the larger family groups, of what some options might be to help with fundraising. I know kids' time outside of school is tight, and I don't want to get any of you in a situation where your kid comes home and says, okay, 5 days a week you have to take me to Martin's to do a bake sale or something. So if you could talk to your student about this, and if you have any good ideas that you'd be willing to share with him or her, he or she could bring it in and share it with us, and we would be back in touch. We're starting reading our first book. So it's True Grit, which is a fun movie as well. I think the students will enjoy the book. And so you should be seeing either some listening to an audiobook or some actual turning of the pages of the book around home, unless it's all getting done at school. So we're off to a good start. I appreciate your support and the positive press on the first video letter I sent home. And please let me know through email or through your student if you have any brilliant ideas to help us out in this effort. Thank you very much. I hope you weather this crazy, windy, rainy time and we head into a nice fall. Thank you.